Thanks for downloading another segment from the Best of the Classic Metal Show. The Classic Metal Show is heard live on Saturdays from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern, exclusively at www.theclassicmetalshow.com. And now here's another piece of Classic Metal Show history on the Best of the Classic Metal Show.
The Classic Metal Show.
It's time for the Classic Metal Show to put its finger on the pulse of the youth of the world. Here to tell everybody what's happening in the world of the youth, it's Pre-Teen CMS sensation Mikey.
All right, it is that time again, our once-a-month visit with our Pre-Teen sensation Mikey, and welcome back to the Classic Metal Show, Mikey.
How you guys doing?
Good. Are you going to speak into the phone this time, or are you going to keep moving your mouth away from the mouthpiece?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just moving. I moved it a little bit. It's up against my ear.
All right.
Is that good?
Sound good to me.
Mikey, are you getting all kinds of pus and stuff all over the phone now because it's against your ear?
No, actually, no, I'm fine.
I hear you. Well, Mikey, where's your mom and dad at?
My dad's right here in the room with me. My mom's downstairs listening on the line.
Oh, but she's not up there?
No, she's not.
Real quick. It's time. We've given 2 months of dicking around. Real quick, before she has time to run up and tell you no, a quick fuck you, pal. Let's go.
How about no? I'm not saying that. No.
Come on, dude.
F you, pal.
Fuck you, pal.
No. I'll do that. I love my mom again.
No, we don't want that.
No, because I'm not going to use profanity, because the last thing I need to do is lose my PlayStation.
Fuck you, pal!
Your old man won't care. Tell your dad to say it.
Dad, say it.
Say what?
Yo, what's happening, guys?
Fuck you, pal!
Is that what you want me to say?
Yeah, so that you can show Mikey how to say it.
Well, I'll say it, but I know he won't, because that would hurt his career later for the Senate.
No, it won't. No, we've never said
that's why I say pal heads and stuff. He gets me to say all the bad stuff. Fuck you, pal. Hey, Helen Kill. Fuck you, pal.
All right, Mikey.
Okay. What's up?
All right,
I'm ready
Mikey.
for the review. We're doing Glenn Hughes.
Right, well, what do you got for us this week?
I have First Underground Nuclear, Get Your Own Blistering Records. Glenn Hughes, of course, of Deep Purple and Black Sabbath fame. Yeah, okay. When I wrote out this album, because I do this from time to time when I'm bored, I wrote it out. If you write it out as an acronym on a sheet of paper vertically, it spells funk, which is what I thought a lot of this record was.
Okay. So is it good or is it not good?
Let me flip the page here because I had to write on the other side real quick. Total overall review, I gave it a 9 out of 10.
Wow.
Because I know it wasn't the traditional, more harder edged with him being in I wrote some stuff down here, Quiet Riot and Deep Purple and Trapeze and Zoband Phenomena and Pat Travers and a lot of that stuff. It was funkier, and in my sense, I think it was pretty decent.
Well, you did your homework on Glenn Hughes, knowing about all his other bands and projects he's done over his career.
Yeah, and I gotta throw a shout out to my good friends at Wikipedia. They've helped me with almost all of my record reviews.
Really? Do you know them personally, or what?
No, I just get on there a lot and I search for these bands when I'm bored.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
Mikey, are you aware of the great accomplishments of Shadow Steel? He also uses Wikipedia.
Yeah, but he just cuts and pastes stuff. I just take it and I write it out my own words. What he has is called plagiarism.
Very nice. So what did you like about the record, man?
I actually gave it a 9 out of 10. I wrote total overall review, 9 out of 10. I liked it because of some of the lyrical content in it. Like on number 5, We Shall Be Free, it says there's going to be a change in the weather. For some reason, I just connected with that one a lot. The one song I thought was, the best on the record had to be the title track. And then the my least favorite had to be Too Late to Save the World, track number 10. Just kind of depressing.
Really? So if you had the chance to actually meet Glenn Hughes, what would you ask him?
I'd ask him, what did you think about doing the record, and what were the high points and low points for you doing it, and how was it being in Deep Purple?
Really? And you know what he'd say to you?
What?
So fucking what?
That is not nice manners. I don't use that word.
Yeah, Chris, you remind me of a dirty fingernailed child playing stuff like that.
What the fuck?
No, that's just funny. I gotta be honest with you. That's just funny. I know. Because I know my mom is listening, and I know she'd ban me from the chat room and do all the kinds of stuff I don't want to see.
Yeah, moms are mean like that, aren't they?
Not mean. They're trying to enforce the rules they set before me. I have an extensive vocabulary. Let's see if I can use it in other ways besides profanity.
Well, you know there are.
Fuck you and fuck you.
Wow, there's.
Now that is just plain humorous.
Well, you
Haley,
know.
why did you play that for Mikey's mom? That really wasn't nice.
You know.
She did. She's downstairs on her laptop listening to it live, probably in the chat room right now.
Well, you know, Mikey, there are other mothers out there listening right now that are just grinning ear to ear, thinking, "My, what a well-behaved young man."
Yeah, I don't use profanity, and thank you.
You never do?
No. I occasionally call someone a dickhead, but that's just occasional.
Richard Cranium, huh?
Yeah.
Well, Mikey, are you finished with your CD review then?
Yes, that will conclude my CD reviews. I've been kind of sick with like an ear infection, or like a sinus infection.
Right.
I've gone on like a week now. It's been really kind of really getting me congested and stuff.
Well, I got to ask you, now this is off the topic of music and CD reviews.
That's fine.
What's your thoughts on Sarah Palin running for with John McCain? You got a thoughts on her at all?
Hold on, my dad's got something, right?
She's the Vilp.
The Vilp.
The Vilp.
Yeah, can you say for that? Hold on, let him say. Let him. You can't decipher it. You gotta write it out and figure out what it means. Go for MILF in the Urban Dictionary and just kind of put VP and take out the M.
So what do you think that means?
I'm not gonna say it.
No, I didn't ask you to say it. Just kind of work your way around it. What do you think that means?
Sorry, Mom, but it means that you like you like to bang her.
Nice. I'll cut that out for a clip and save that for about 20 years when you're running for Senate.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Very nice. Well, how do you think McCain has been faring in the two presidential debates that they've had so far? Have you been watching those?
I've been watching them. I've been actually going on YouTube and other things a lot through the big news, big three news, to find out about a lot of it. Because I don't like to catch it because I don't stay up past like 8 or 9 at night. 8:30, 9 o'clock is my threshold for time I can stay up at night. But
Nice.
I think that he hasn't done as best as he can. But I think he needs to take the gloves off and just finally give that knockout punch to throw Obama out of the ring.
Nice.
So, Mikey, what do you think the gooks used to bash in the side of his head?
I don't want to talk about that.
Well, why not?
Why not? It's a topic.
Because I think that he has heard enough about that, and I think people talk too much about that. Now, I know he did serve in our United States Army, and he was offered, or Navy, I'm sorry, that's correct, anyway, and he was given the chance to go free, but he didn't because he didn't want to be, the other guys couldn't go. So he said, no, I'm not going.
Hey, he's a badass, don't you think?
He's cool. I'd really like to talk to him. I think a fun guy.
Well, Mikey, I know you follow this kind of stuff, even though you are a young Republican. But and we all know that the media is pretty biased against McCain.
Yeah, they're lefty commies. Go ahead.
But do you think McCain has a chance in winning this election?
Well, I think he's got a big lead because now let me see if I can phrase this. I'm trying to think of it so quick so I don't get hammered by everyone, including my mom. I don't think people down south are going to vote for Barack Obama. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Well, I was going to ask you that next. You're kind of a mind reader. Do you think race will be a big factor in the way people vote?
I think race has already become a factor. Think about it.
Right.
Because
Mikey,
yeah, go ahead.
Do you have a thing against the darkies?
No, I don't know. I have relatives in my family that are black and from other races.
Really? Got a couple in the woodpile, huh?
I have my Aunt Weezy is black actually. Yeah, sure.
Really?
And I talk with her almost every day. She's one of the nicest people I've ever met. But
what do you think happened there? A slave owner with the slave?
And it already has, because all the white people, to be honest, aren't going to vote for Barack Obama. I don't think there's a such thing as color. I disagree with the man's politics. That being said, I hold nothing against him about his color. That means his color means nothing. I disagree with his political views. He voted present on a lot of the big standing issues in our government, and without giving a clear voice because he thinks it's going to ruin his rep for president.
Well, that's okay, Mikey. I had an Aunt Jemima too, and I used to have breakfast with her every morning, and she was a little dark skinned too, so I can relate.
Yeah, I love my Aunt Weezy. She rocks.
All right, Mikey.
Have you guys ever read a book called The Hobbit?
Well, yeah, I know of it. Yeah.
I'm having to read that in school now.
Why don't you just rent The Lord of the Rings?
No, we have to read the prelude to that, and I'm not really looking forward to it. I don't mind it, but I'm not looking forward to it.
Let me give you a hint, Mikey. I'm going to teach you a lesson that you can use from now until you get done with your master's degree. Ready?
Yes.
Have your mom take you over to Borders and look for the little yellow pamphlets known as Cliff Notes.
No, that is a cheating way around it. I do things the honest, fair way. I am not a cheater. I gotta be honest. I have thought about using Cliff Notes, but I've sucked it up and read the book.
Well, Mikey, I'm sure you're all for capitalism, right? Yes?
Yeah, I am.
Well, Cliff worked hard on those notes, and he needs a job, and, if you'd buy his Cliff Notes, you'd keep this guy employed.
So did J.R.R. Tolkien, who took the time to plot out how the whole book will be put together. I'd like to read what he wrote in his own words instead of reading a Cliff Notes or a Spark Notes. That is a cheating way to get around things. It's stupid. It's a good reference point when you've already read the book and you know everything that's in the book, but I think it's just I think it's cheating.
Well, if you want to know about Lord of the Rings, just watch scene 12 in Clerks 2, and Randall can give you the whole Cliff Notes on Lord of the Rings 1 through 3.
No, I'm not going to watch another movie to find out about my book for school. I have to read it and answer questions on it, which I'm not looking forward to, but I know I have to do it.
All right. Well, good luck with finding those preciouses.
Yeah.
Yuck.
All right, Mikey. Any final parting words here, and before we let you go? When would you guys need to come back on to do the other reviews? I had House of Lords still to do, but I didn't have time to put that in the player. Well, you're under the weather, and we're going to forgive you for that. So we'll let you come back on one more time.
Okay. Thank you.
Sounds good, huh?
And thanks for the opportunity, guys. I really like doing this whole year.
Well, Mikey, since this new Glenn Hughes is so funky.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of another band that tried the funk angle with a harder edge. And yes. I'm going to play it just for you.
So.
You ever heard of a band called White Trash?
No, I've never heard of them.
Well, I'm gonna play a song here for you, and it'll remind you of the new Glenn Hughes release. But good job as always, Mikey. Go ahead and plug that MySpace out there.
Okay, it's gonna be myspace.com/Mikey_617. I try to update the mood every couple days. I just posted new pictures of some pictures I took over the long weekend I've been having, and go check it out.
Well, Mikey, has your personal popularity in school increased since you've been a member of the Classic Metal Show?
No, I don't mention the show at all in school. Only a few teachers. In fact, right now I have to mention my teacher, Mr. Williams, Mr. Scott. I'm sorry, Mr. Scott, and
Mr. Scott. Is that the guy that you were telling me was such a jackass?
yeah. No, I've never told you he's a jerk. I've never told you he's a jackbutt either. And my crazy Uncle Joey, and his administrative assistant.
Okay, excellent.
Good Lord.
All right, Mikey. Well, I'm going to end this little segment here with some white trash. Kind of remind me of the new Glenn Hughes, and this one is called Apple Pie. So check it out,
Okay,
Mikey.
can I intro it?
Yeah, it's the name of the band is White Trash, and the song is called Apple Pie.
Okay, this is White Trash with Apple Pie on your Classic Metal Show.
Thanks for checking out the best of the Classic Metal Show. You can tune into the Classic Metal Show live every Saturday night from 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. Eastern, exclusively at www.theclassicmetalshow.com.
The Classic Metal Show.